Okay, let's move on now to some breaking news about the terror attack that took place in Kabul. At least 24 people have been killed and injured in this morning's suicide bombing in Afghanistan's capital. The president, Ashraf Ghani, has said that several people have been killed or wounded. This after a suicide car bomber blew himself up just near the defense ministry in the heart of the capital. The explosion went off in the center of the city at a very busy time from the Puli Muhmud Khan embassy area of Kabul. Witnesses say that the attack was followed by some gunfire. The police also believe that there could be a number of attackers in one of the buildings nearby. The US embassy said that they were not affected by the blast. In fact, NATO military coalition also said that they are unaffected. Kaswar Klasra joins us for more on this. Kaswar, now the latest number of casualties that we have just received is 24. What else are you hearing from your sources? Give us the latest update.
Yes, definitely. As you have mentioned, according to my source, today's attack in Kabul was carried out by Taliban side just to get revenge of the arrest of a key Taliban commander, Mullah Khalifa. Let me tell you, Mullah Khalifa was arrested last night during a raid, an operation conducted by Afghan commandos who arrested Mullah Khalifa. According to my source, it was today's attack in the heart of Kabul. The primary target was the building of Ministry of Defense, and as I had told you earlier,
yes,
the Taliban side has already warned the government of Afghanistan that definitely you have arrested a key Taliban commander, our Khalifa. Definitely we are going to take revenge of this arrest within hours. And after 14 hours, we have seen that the Taliban side has attacked with full force,
yes,
the Ministry of Defense, and definitely, yeah.
Absolutely. So another suicide attack followed by gunfire in Kabul. My colleague Akshata Nandgopal gets us some more details in this report. Let's listen in.
Another blast has rocked the Afghan capital of Kabul. This time it's in the heart of the city in an area called Puli Muhmud Khan. This particular area by itself is very prominent because key establishments are around this particular point. We know at this point that more than 20 people have been killed because, as I pointed out, this is the heart of the city. A lot of population, a lot of traffic at this particular time. You can see, of course, the heavily populated area. We understand there was a blast that went off soon after which reports have been coming in of gunfire also being heard in this area. Now, strategically speaking, it's also very important to note that this particular area comes very close to the presidential palace, which is just meters away from where the blast has reportedly taken place. Besides that, the defense ministry is also very, very close to the site of the blast and the US embassy. So, of course, the prominence of that location has to be highlighted. What was the target is another big question. Was it just to create civilian casualties? Was a message trying to be sent across? Because of that location, the presidential palace, the defense ministry, and this is where the blast took place. It's just meters away is what we understand. The US embassy is also in this particular location. At this point, no one's taken responsibility, but what we have to keep in mind is that just last week the Taliban did issue a very, very clear warning saying that they are going ahead with suicide attacks, and it specifically warned Afghanistan as well. So is this yet another terror strike? We'll have to wait and watch, but at this point the casualty count is only mounting.
Okay, Jugal Purohit also joins us for more on this. Jugal, the powerful explosion, I believe, came during the morning rush hour, and several major Afghanistan security agencies are also based in the area, which is very interesting, you know, which just goes on to show the kind of upping the ante on part of the Taliban, because very recently they announced the start of what they called an annual spring offensive.
That's right, Avantika. This is the time, and the Taliban have been doing it year on year, and this year seems to be no different, notwithstanding the so-called charade of peace negotiations that they are supposedly into with the Afghan government at the behest of Pakistan and China. So it's a very the situation is of dichotomy, and there are multiple things happening as we speak. What is of immense interest, of course, to us is the status of Indians involved, the status of the Indian embassy. What I am given to understand that the location of the explosion and the attack is about 3 kilometers plus from the site of the Indian embassy, and that's the reason why there is no direct attack or there is no fallout of it on the personnel or on the property of the government of India. Whether there are individual Indians who've been injured, who've been killed as a result of this incident, is something which will come up in due course of time. But for now, there is no damage as such to the government of India property or personnel. Back to you.
All right, Jugal and Kaswar, thank you both for getting us all the updates and details.
The Modi government is planning to roll out special facilities for minority Hindus from Pakistan. Now, people belonging to the minority community of Pakistan staying in India on a long-term visa will soon be allowed to buy property.